darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize your neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Can you dig it?
You see it in his movies, you see it in his TV appearances. He really touched people's lives.
I really think of life as an art.
It changed my whole life. I mean, I knew that that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be in the arts.
Oh, dear. Vincent Price.
We've got them. Let's exterminate them. Explain. And now, let us make our exit. Well, I have great expectations for our relationship. Get ready for an exotic experience. Expletives will get you nowhere, my cowled crime buster.
You put all your eggs in one basket, Egghead. A fatal mistake.
Prepare yourself for an expeditious defeat.
That's very apt, Robin.
Oh, glad you liked it.
My criminal career is now.
He did the monster mash from my love Notori in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires
Did y'all
feast.
believe this? When Vincent Price agreed to do the voice work on Michael Jackson's Thriller, he was giving a choice between taking a percentage of the album, proceeds, or being paid a flat $20K. He chose the $20K. First of all, if y'all didn't know, now y'all know who did the voice work on Thriller. Right here, you know what I mean? And if you were in his position, would you check in the $20K right then and there? Because I think back then it was probably worth about maybe around 50 something K today, back then. But also, or would you take the proceeds? But we not sure how much of a percent he would have got or how would the deal was made. But what would you do in the position? But wait, there's more.
Are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Legendary.
I know it's a little early for Christmas, Edward, but I have a present for you.
You met there whose reputations were already made. Errol Flynn, for example. Was he really that kind of character?
Yeah, I did 2 pictures with Errol. One when he was sober and the other one when he was drunk. The first one was with Betty Davis, so he had to really mind his manners. I had a terrible time, though, because I had just finished doing this play called Elizabeth the Queen, and I was playing Essex in it, the lead. And now Errol was playing Essex in the film, and I was playing Sir Walter Raleigh. And the director, Errol didn't know his lines, so the director kept saying, "Errol, you naughty boy, you don't learn your lines. This Vincent Price, he go right on, play your part." Errol hated me. It was terrible. I had a very bad time with him.
And it never happened?
No, and then I did another picture with him at the end of his life, and that was better.
And he was bold and bad, was he?
Yeah, he was wonderful. He had the charm of a snake.
His thoughts, though, aren't only of ghoulish crime. He likes to paint and read to pass some of the time. While other kids read books like Go, Jane, Go, Vincent's favorite author is Edgar Allan Poe. One night, while reading a gruesome tale, he read a passage that made him turn pale. Such horrible news he could not survive, for his beautiful wife had been buried alive. He dug out her grave to make sure she was dead, unaware that her grave was his mother's flower bed. His mother sent Vincent off to his room. He knew he'd been banished to the Tower of Doom, where he was sentenced to spend the rest of his life alone with the portrait of his beautiful wife. While alone and insane, encased in his tomb, Vincent's mother burst suddenly into the room. She said, "If you want to, you can go out and play. It's sunny outside and a beautiful day." Vincent tried to talk, but he just couldn't speak. The years of isolation had made him quite weak. So he took out some paper and scrawled with a pen, "I am possessed by this house and can never leave it again."
Welcome back to the Thirsting Cinematic Universe. Today we're talking about Vincent Price. He was a prolific Gothic horror actor, and his last film role was the inventor in Edward Scissorhands, which I think tells you everything you need to know about his vibe. He also was pretty hot. This is a real good one. Guess what role he's playing here? I bet you won't get it. He's playing Joseph Smith in the 1940 romance drama Brigham Young. I hate all of the words I just said. Anyway, here he is with Gene Tierney and
give
Laura.
the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock. Send them out in the streets to tell their friends how wonderful it is to be scared. Take you by the hand, lead you through the cruel light into the velvet darkness. Pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
Scream! Scream for your life!
Now that you're in Toronto, do you find anything particularly scary here?
In Toronto? Just the traffic. That's scary all over the world. Of course, I come from Los Angeles where we invented it, so I don't know why I should be scared by Toronto traffic, except there's something pretty frightening about that way in from the airport.
How do you do that? That is so scary.
Well, Kermit, if you will forgive the modesty, that is perhaps the epitome of the actor's craft. You see, it takes tremendous concentration, years of physical and emotional training, and enormous mental exertion. Do you understand?
Oh, sure.
Oh, well, some people learn faster than others.
Takers will leave at midnight, locking us in here until they come back in the morning. Once the door is locked, there's no way out. The windows have bars that a jail would be proud of, and the only door to the outside locks like a vault.
Who closed the door?
This thing's made of solid steel.
Mystery is made possible by a grant from Mobile Corporation.
Good evening, and welcome once again to Gory Mansion. I'm Vincent Price. Tonight on Mystery, our story is by the distinguished British poet, essayist, and novelist Walter de la Mare. Phantoms, apparitions, wraiths, poltergeists, specters, ghosts. Our language has many words for creatures which some skeptics doubt exist. It might interest you to know, if you are a doubting Thomas, that the ghost is the best authenticated phenomenon in history. For thousands of years, people have been observing ghostly activities and recording their observations.
I'm your host. So many unexplainable things have happened here. I lose myself at times. I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock. Was it murder or suicide? Only time will tell. I'm your host, Frederick Lauren. Since we're all strangers to each other, let's get acquainted with a drink, shall we?
By all the wine coolers I saw. I was scared I wouldn't pick the right one. Luckily I did. It was the most refreshing one of them all. Sun Country wine cooler. You see, Sun Country is a blend of premium white wine and real fruit juice. That's what gives it its great taste. Sun Country, say, give me the real juice cooler. If you don't say Sun Country, you'd better sleep with your lights on.
Drink and ghosts. And perhaps even a few murders.
Hi, that's quite a costume you got there.
Well, it's not a costume. These are my working clothes. I'm a vampire.
What?
A vampire. I come from the land of the unliving, a place totally devoid of life.
Oh, you're from Philadelphia?
You don't understand. I am a member of the undead.
Oh, well, sit down and have an uncola.
Well, thank you, but I prefer something stronger.
Oh, stop!
I don't know what you've got in your veins, but it's 100 proof.
Well, tell me, what do you do with yourself all night?
Well, I look for human necks to bite.
Well, with the price of meat today, I don't blame you.
Yes, you see, it is my fate to wander endlessly through the darkness in search of beautiful blonde maidens to prey upon.
You and Frank Sinatra.
No. I have to find a beautiful girl every 15 minutes just to stay alive.
Well, Frank has to find one every 15 minutes just to stay awake.
I've got to be running along now. I'm going to a dance at Forest Lawn. I'm taking Catherine the Great.
You've got a date with a dead woman?
Yes, would you like me to dig somebody up for you? Well, bye-bye now.
Believe it, 700 years undead, and now this. You try to be Mr. Nice Guy, and what do you get? Well, at least I'm wearing my old robes. Oh, God, it's hot.
old-fashioned saying goes, in wine is truth.
Insincerity, the mark of a drunkard.
If you could or would, for one brief moment, shut that vast, resounding chasm of a mouth, I should be
What
grateful,
care you
madam.
for the bitter
Grateful.
deprivations I have suffered in the name of marriage? Oh, mariage de convenance, oh, can't, oh, guile, oh, mockery.
Shut up.
Oh, how can you insult me so?
Very easily, madam. I have but to listen to your fatuous brain.
Do you hear his churlish insults, Father? Father!
What? Sugar? Yes, there you are.
Whatever possessed me to marry you?
That is a question I often inquire of myself, madam, to which there is no satisfactory answer, save one perhaps, and that is that no one else would have you.
Only a man who drinks could talk like that.
We escape the unendurable however we can.
How I despise you. Have you no
Poor
sense of
abused
value,
Amarillo.
sir? Never cared a fig for me. You only courted me to gain control of Father's business.
What other reason could there be?
Oh, did you hear that?
Does he ever?
Father!
Huh? What? I gave the sugar to you once. There.
Shall I give him some medicine? Pretty close.
Merely for purposes of enlightenment, Mr. Trumbull, I could have been the greatest opera singer in the world.
What world? If the vocal emissions of a laryngitic crow be qualifications, yes, then perhaps you could have been.
What know you of art and beauty? Tosspot, soap, inebriate.
Your mouth, madam. Shut it!
Anybody could be proud to rest in this coffin.
You can't even keep our heads above water. Why, you've only had one customer in the past 9 months. My father had a thriving undertaking business until you proceeded to get a hold of it and run it into the ground.
Where else? A thriving business, the receipts of which he used to cram this house with monstrosities.
If my father chose to spend his hard-earned profits on the collection of curious objects, that
He
was
did
his
more
business,
than
wasn't it?
collect curious objects, madam. He also fathered one.
I despise you! Demon rum will get you yet!
I look forward to that day with keen anticipation, madam. What I wouldn't do to get her down here as a customer. I can't afford the luxury of anger. Anger can make me vulnerable. It can destroy my reason, and reason's the only advantage I have over them. Bordeaux, Cabernet, Chateau Margaux, vintage 1837. A bit heavy for a Margaux. Correct!
Chateau Petit Village, 1828. It's very good.
Correct. I must say you seem to know your wine, sir.
I should.
However, I feel I must comment on your most unorthodox method of tasting.
Huh?
Well, the accredited procedure is, of course, to partake of a small mouthful like this, swoosh it around in the mouth like that, and then inhale like this, thus releasing the aroma.
You do it your way and I do it my way, huh?
Shut. Says it. Savignon. It's very good.
And what difference does it make about one rock in a whole ocean?
But I will not live by ordinary standards. I want you to know that I was the one.
I'm going to give the people what they want.
Vincent Price.
Hello, I'm Vincent Price. I'm Vincent Price. So long as there are mountaintops and clouds, limitless space.